Hey guys, ASMG here. So today we're looking at Mila Rose in Brave Battles. So far I've only gotten to 3 out of 5, but I guess the standout points for her is that she's got Flurry +3, she's a Ronker, and then she's got Persistence and Persistence Breaker, which is a really big thing. That's when they're going to change Brave Battles. I knew this was coming eventually, and I thought they'd push Persistence a bit more until they bring it along. But here we are today. So let's take a look. So we got Orihime Max Transcended. We only got 2-star attack, unfortunately. We got Knuckle Duster 30, everything 30. In terms of links, Zangetsu, Genryusai, and Kensei. In terms of Mila Rose, we got the Combat Spirit Bug 30, 30 Gold Chappie, and then 30 normal Chappie. Zangetsu Max Transcended, Grimmjow Max Transcended, and then Kusaka. Unfortunately, not Max Transcended. So she is 3 out of 5. And as I said, Persistence, very big thing. She also blocks some Heart and Mind debuffs. And then here it is, Persistence Breaker, really big. Gonna test that out. Flurry +3. And in terms of effects, I gave it Pierce, Barrier, and Damage at low stamina, just in case we versus characters that don't have Mila Rose, or teams I should say. And then lastly, we got Askin Max Transcended as well. We got a Ginto 30% attack, Gold Chappie, and Chappie 30 attack. Shinji Max Transcended, Chad, and then Max Transcended Guruichi. So I haven't seen any teams just like straight after the summons making this team. We're going to test it out, so I doubt we'll see any Mila Rose teams. I'll do another video where we do reverse teams against Mila Rose, because that should be interesting since they both break their own persistence. But who is she versing? Orihime. Alright. So far, not doing the best job against Orihime, but to be fair, Orihime is ranged, and then 2 Mila Rose start off with her strong attacks. It's a kind of annoying thing in regards to Brave Battles when you have these types of characters. But we won, that's the main thing. Alrighty, versing Sajin. Should be a good battle. Okay, just wiped out Sajin with the distance. It's so different to see these days. And I should say as well that she's replacing my Renji, who was also 3 out of 5. This was my old team here. Renji was 2 out of 5, sorry. But I think she's definitely much better than Renji. So in this case, I feel like we're going to verse another Max Transcend Orihime. It has a gold Popples. Okay. Let's see how she does. Alright, so this time she decided with her strong attacks again, but it's so interesting to see how she just wipes them out. And I feel like with the higher ranks, since most people will have Mila Rose as well, it really depends if your Mila Rose survives or the enemy's Mila Rose survives, which will make the big difference. Alright, Orihime again. Okay, I think defense builds also are going to be more common, since you want to keep your Mila Rose survivability as much as possible. I feel like that's why they released the new item, and it didn't really go too far, and now we can see why it can potentially go far. That's Sergeant gone. Askin gone. Man, Mila Rose is savage. So if I'm winning every battle, definitely road to head captain. Alright, this Orihime is very tanky. But hey, she destroyed the Mila Rose. Yeah, that Orihime did some good work against Mila Rose. Alrighty, next battle. Alright, Menina. Let's see how we go. Bit of a tanky one, 71.4k health. But minion is gone. I think if it wasn't for her persistence killer, she wouldn't be top 1 character. I think the only thing that makes her top 1 is that persistence breaker. As we can see, Orihime has killed her. To be fair, mine is 3 out of 5, my Mila Rose. But being a ranged brave battle character these days, like Askin or Orihime, makes a very big difference. I really want to get the 5 out of 5. I think the extra defense, and I will try the defense build when the other list kind of refreshes and other teams have Mila Rose. Am I impressed? I'd say I am impressed, but not as much as when I reviewed Askin. Askin made me super impressed. And I guess lastly, another highlight is she's Aranka. Not many brave battle characters have Aranka killer. So that's the good thing about her as well. Alright, Mercenary Sergeant. Alright, I feel like I should swap out the lowest damage boost or maybe dodge. Try to increase her survivability as much as I can until those Mila Rose teams come out. Is there any here? We actually got 1 here. Let's take a look. 1 out of 5. Let's see how we go. The 1 orb. Alright, so versus my max transcended Askin, versus Orihime. Alright, so 1 out of 5 Askin has no trouble, but 3 out of 5 against an Orihime, my one had somewhat trouble. Thing is, the scary part is not there. The scary part is when they have another Mila Rose and the persistent kicks in. Whoever hits first basically wins. That's how it's going to be. However, guys, I'll release more videos where the list kind of refreshes with more Mila Roses, and find different ways to kind of increase the survivability against different Mila Rose teams as well. But so far, I would say I'm impressed. Not super impressed, as I was with the Askin review, and that could be for many factors. Askin 1 is ranged, and when I reviewed him, he was max transcended. My Mila Rose is 3 out of 5, but I think she's the number 1 character just because of that persistence breaker alone puts her at number 1. And then she has many things going for her as well. Flurry plus 3 doesn't allow characters to buff that are hard to mind. And I said she's a Aranka, not many Aranka killers out there. However, guys, like and subscribe for more Bleach Breakfast content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.